Alrighty, so here we are in the beautiful Toohey Forest in Brisbane, Australia, and we're going to do a standing practice just for the legs to lubricate and loosen the legs and also work on a little bit of balance. So for this practice, you might want to use a block, but you certainly don't have to. You could use a big, thick book if you've got something like that, or a block will do fine. We'll use that in a moment. I'm going to put that to the side. And as you can see, I've got shoes on, so you can practice with shoes on if you like. And that's the beauty of doing a standing practice. You could be out in a beautiful place in nature and just stand still for a moment and take in the vista of wherever you are and appreciate it. Take a moment to really appreciate and feel at one with where you are. So we're going to stand in a very simple Tadasana or Wuji, easy stance. Feet, for me, these days, I really like my feet about shoulder distance apart. It used to be a bit narrower, but things change over time. So we're going to stand in Wuji or a wide stance Tadasana and place our hands, if you're a woman, left hand over right, and if you're a man, right hand over left on your lower abdomen, your lower dantian. And take a moment to breathe and get steady and sense your weight in both of your legs, both of your feet. And because we're in these beautiful surroundings, you might even like to take a moment to look around, watch the birds, and notice the colours. And then breathe. Just breathe into this moment, into this body, into thought, into the waves that are coming through. And notice that you are on a wave, but there's also a great big ocean to swim in. And so let your breath become one with that ocean. Breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in and breathing out. And then one more, breathing in. Right down to the lower abdomen and breathing out. Sensing the earth below your feet, the steadiness, the stability of the earth, and sensing the sky and the spaciousness overhead. And know that you are one with all of those things. And then release. It's starting to spit a bit. How nice. It's beautiful here today. It's a bit cloudy, but it's beautiful. So take your weight onto your left foot and then just come onto the tippy toes of your right foot and start to spiral, just spiraling from the hip down through the knee, down through the ankle. Just a few times one way and then reverse that back. Just go in the opposite direction. Good. And then consciously take your weight over towards the right and then come up onto the left tippy toe and little circles in one direction and then reverse that. Go back in the opposite, circling, loosening up the joints in your whole left leg. Good. And then come back to center, back to Wuji, and then have a little bit of a shake. So shaking, whole body shaking. Maybe shaking your head a little bit side to side, bouncing a little bit, maybe looking around a little bit, and then maybe lifting the arms up to above the level of your heart. Great. And then lowering those down. And then let's just kind of grab that block and see how we go with this. So we're going to put the block underneath our left foot to begin with. And I just have to make sure that I've got steady ground here because I've got a little bit of a precipice in front of me. And I'm going to stand on the block with my left foot and then let my right foot kind of hang. And then I'm just going to let it swing. Just swinging and really feeling like my right hip is opening up, and I'm at the moment focusing on a drishti, a soft gaze point or a focus point, but I'm letting myself be a bit loose. So find a point to gaze at and just swing that right leg, just feeling that range of motion that you have in that right leg. Let the whole right side of the belly, the whole right side of the lower back feel loose and free and spacious. You can swing your arms as well. And then lower the right foot down and then swap over. So I'm just going to move the block over. Make sure I'm steady with my right foot. Find my gaze, find my balance, and then swing. And it might take a moment to steady yourself, but just focus on the breath, focus on the swing. You might engage your arms or not, and then sense the whole left leg dropping towards the earth. Any tethering in that left hip, softening, and then sense it a little higher up through the abdominal region on the left side, through the lower back, maybe around the sacrum. Couple more swings there. And then let that go and let your left foot steady. And then release the block and come back into your Wuji or your mountain. Let there be a little space underneath your armpits, head and neck in line with the rest of the spine, and just feel into that. Feel into the hips, feel into the steadiness. And again, we're going to swing our attention over to this left leg. So you're going to take your weight nice and slowly over to the left leg and just kind of bounce a little, let the knee be soft, and then pick up your right knee and pick up your left arm. So elbow bent, knee bent, right fingers are dropping towards the earth. So fingertips are reaching down, right fingertips down, left fingertips up. Soft in the front of the body, steady in the back of the body. Find a different gaze point or the same one you were using before. Couple of breaths. And then a nice smooth transition. So inhale and then exhale. Start to take your right foot down, left hand down, steady. Find your footing and then swing over to the other side. So this time, right hand lifts up, right leg is our standing leg, left knee bends, left foot off the floor, and left fingertips heading towards the earth, right fingertips heading up. Find the breath. Good, and then inhale here, and then exhale, transition again. And this time, let's be a little fluid. Have a little bit of a play with moving dynamically and smoothly, maybe with your breath, maybe not. And notice how soft and fluid the movement could be. Kind of reminds me a little bit of when I used to do karate in Japan. Just kind of feel into fluidity, strength and softness at the same time. Just one more on each side. Inhale here and then exhale, lower the left foot down, whatever foot you're on. And then take a moment to inhale your arms up and around you in a great big circle. Reach up and out into the wonder of it all. And exhale that wonder and astonishment into this amazing bodily system that you have been gifted. Hands lowering down once more onto the lower dantian. You might close your eyes or keep them open. And sensing for a moment into the oneness. Sensing into the expansive nature of your in-breath. Reaching out into that connection and that oneness connection with all of life. And as you exhale, feel the breath draw you back into your center and back into that great connection that you are creating with yourself in this moment. Releasing your hands down by your side. Windmilling the hands up into your heart. Bowing your head ever so slightly. Giving great thanks for life today. Namaste.